Carla, Spiropulo. I'm the founder of Nelly's Organics. I've been vegan 15 years, and
What year was that?
15 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, it was 08. And there was nothing on the shelf at that point. What else? And then I've been vegan, and I started making the bars for my kids when they were little, trying to copy candy bars they liked. And never intended to start a business out of it, just turned it into a business accidentally. My friends, their friends liked the bars, and then I thought I could sell them, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, I just tried one and it was so good.
Thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Where can we get these bars?
You can find them at Sprouts, Whole Foods, Wegmans,
Nice.
Stop and Shop, all kinds, CVS, some CVS stores, and they're in the refrigerated section of the store, always.
Yeah, and of course everything's vegan. How many different types
We
of
have
bars?
six different flavors.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the peanut butter.
You got
one
peanut butter
here.
quinoa. Yeah.
Quinoa.
That's one of our best sellers. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So what made you go vegan exactly?
I watched a documentary by accident. It was called, it was Food Inc., which is nothing compared to some of the other stuff I saw later. And I started to kind of question, there was one part of that documentary where there was a cow hanging upside down, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then I started YouTubing. At that point, YouTube, it was kind of new. I mean, no, wait, the internet wasn't what it is today. And I started looking at slaughterhouse footage, just because I thought, why am I having such a hard time watching this? I'm such a meat eater. I'm from Argentina originally too, so I grew up eating lots of meat. And so I started watching it, and it was awful. I just thought, well, if I can't watch it, why am I eating it? So slowly started to.
You didn't think you needed to eat it though?
I probably did. And I think, if back when they were hunters and gatherers, they had that mentality of, well, we're hunters and gatherers. But then the reality is, even if you are that, you're probably eating meat once every couple months, because most of the stuff you're gonna eat is vegetables anyway. So I couldn't buy it anymore. I couldn't support it after watching what was going down.
Did you have any troubles doing it? Or was it pretty easy once you finally got rolling?
No, it wasn't super easy initially. The hardest part was the social aspect of it, because everywhere and everybody just kind of made fun of me, put me down for it. I had little kids at the time, and they were, oh my God, what are you gonna feed your kids? And so that was probably the hardest thing. And the food part was fun. I love to cook. So it was fun to try new things and work with different vegetables that I'd never tried before. I started to do a lot of things with mushrooms, tofu and things like that, but that was probably the hardest thing, was the social.
Are you raising your kids vegan now?
Yeah. Well, no, my kids are 18 and 16.
Okay, but
They were
13 or however many, 15 years ago.
Yeah. I started vegetarian, so I didn't go vegan immediately. So they were vegetarian and then vegan, and yeah.
Yeah. And did that work pretty good with the kids?
Yeah. Yeah,
Did you have any physiological, mental, or emotional changes that occurred after you went vegan?
I used to be anemic, believe it or not, which that went away. I don't know. I know. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know how to make sense of that one.
How quick did that go away?
I don't know, because I took my blood, long time ago, I was anemic, and then I want to say 5 years ago I had a blood test, and I'm not anemic anymore.
Now, did you notice any symptom changes?
I'm not as tired as I used to be. I feel like I used to be more tired, but I get tired still sometimes. It's not a Superman diet, but I feel good. I mean, I don't know.
When you say tired, I mean, everybody gets tired
exactly.
when it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah. When it's time for, I didn't have that many changes, to be honest. No, it wasn't. I don't see a huge difference in my body or in my health. I mean, I do feel healthier. That's not true. I do feel healthier.
How so? When you say that?
But I don't know if that's a combination. I just I drink a lot of juices, and I try to eat a lot, just more vegetables. I do feel, you feel it. You feel good after you eat a meal. You don't feel bogged down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you eat a big, heavy meat meal, you want to sleep afterwards.
Yeah. And what illnesses have you acquired from going vegan?
What illnesses? None.
And did you have any companion animals growing up?
Yes.
Do you think that might have helped influence you being a little bit more inclined to do this?
No, because when I had dogs 20 years ago, I loved my dogs, and I would make sausage and it's like never put it together. So I don't think so. It was when I saw that one footage of the cow that's getting picked up in a she couldn't get up to move to the kill floor, and it's like, oh my God. So yeah.
Now, I'm curious, going back to transitioning into being vegan, did you have any difficulties like eating these foods because maybe you weren't as used to eating as much of them, or maybe you introduced new foods? Was there any difficulties there acclimating to these foods?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, because it sounds like you were eating a lot of meat beforehand.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden you're not. Like, it seems like a big transition there.
I think that for a little bit of time, I probably had some detox symptoms that I don't.
Plus, you were vegetarian first, so you kind of stepped into it.
Yeah, I think it was because it was vegetarian, so I stopped the meat completely, and then it was eggs. I watched something about eggs, and then my husband also he was a meat eater. We were all just ate everything, and at one point he was like, "Stop watching. What are we gonna eat? Stop." Because I was like, "Oh my God, okay, we're not eating eggs anymore." And then it was milk, and oh no, we're not touching that anymore. Now the milk made total sense to me. I'm like, it's the breast milk of another species. That one is like a dead.
Yeah, obviously.
It came probably back in history from famine. People were hungry and they would just start drinking the milk, but not doesn't apply anymore. So yeah.
Is your husband doing this too with you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you convince him?
It wasn't super hard. He loves animals. We both always loved our dogs, and I was the type of person who would take a spider and put it outside, even when I would have making barbecuing steak on the grill. At one point I just said, well, just watch all this stuff, and then because I can't make this anymore, I don't want to buy it anymore. And so he watched some of the documentaries, and that was pretty easy. Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good job. Lucky you.
I know. No, definitely. Yeah.
Could you be with somebody who isn't vegan?
Oh my God, I don't think so. It'd be so hard. I know, it's kind of a tough question because you feel like, but it would be so hard. I mean, I sit with people. I have friends who are not vegan, and I sit at the table and they're ordering their stuff, and then I become kind of desensitized to it.
So how often do you cheat?
Do a what?
Do you cheat?
Cheat?
Yeah, like, dairy and a little something here and
Oh
there.
God, never.
What, never? Really?
Never. Well, no, I mean, I can now. It's like the smell of it makes me gag. It's crazy to say. I mean, I'm seriously one of those people who used to make fun of vegetarians when my favorite food growing up was blood sausage. Oh. It's the most disgusting thing you can eat, I think, out of all of it, other than testicle. I don't know. But what other meat
That's a
is?
thing too, isn't it?
Yeah. It would be very difficult to, and I know I haven't touched any of it for years.
Yeah. Prior to going vegan, did you ever think there's no way I could do this?
Yeah.
Well,
I never thought I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, you literally thought there's no way I could ever do that.
I thought I could never do this. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the most important reasons for others to consider this?
I think, now I have this weird thing about thinking about sometimes this is kind of out there, but I think of the planet and I think about just the amount of suffering that is here and unnecessarily for these kind of, you think of kids and animals and you think of they're so innocent. And you think of your dog and your cat and the animals that we're in contact all the time with. And they're just so, I don't know, they're just such innocent souls. They're sweet. They just want to be loved. They're happy when you come home. You can be mean to them, and then later they forget. And so I think it would make the world a little bit better. I don't know if it's going to fix everything, obviously not, but there's a lot of stuff going on. There are people who are working these jobs, killing animals for a living. That cannot be good for you. I don't care, you have to put food on the table, the whole farmer thing. Yes, the farmers, maybe in the old days, they would take an animal one at a time and slit their throat. It supported the family. I don't know, but I just think it would make the world a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever kind of tiptoe around the word vegan? Like
yes.
You don't use it sometimes?
Yeah.
Do you have a different word you like using?
I don't eat animals.
You just kind of say that?
Yeah, it depends. I go through, it goes through waves. Initially, when I first went vegan, I was like, oh my God, you guys, everybody's a murderer. I went through, and then everyone's like, stop calling me. So then I kind of settled it a little bit. Yeah, and then sometimes I'll just be like, yeah, whatever. Just depends what kind of mood you're in.
Now, do you find it hard in a world that's non-vegan to be vegan and lonely at times? And how do you deal with that if that's...
No. No.
Is that because you live here in LA?
Probably, maybe.
Do you live in LA? I'm assuming?
I do, yeah. No. Here you go to... It's funny though, you still have people who will out say, oh, do you mind if I order anything with animal products, let me know because I'm vegan. Oh. Okay, I mean, there's a little bit of it.
That's something I like to ask people.
Yeah.
If somebody sits down, maybe you're going out to eat with somebody, whoever it might be, and they say, is it okay if I order chicken or something? How do you respond to that?
No, it's funny. My friends a lot of times will say, I'm not going to order this because of you or something like that. They will say that. And I live in a non-vegan world. It's not like I don't know the people next to me and the other table are eating chicken. So, it's not like I'm not that crazy. Here is the information. The thing is, in my mind, I feel like people should just have the information. I think a lot of people don't know. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, they don't want to know, but it's kind of unfair because we're not given all the information. Had I known all this stuff years back before I was vegan, I think I would have made a change earlier. But it's not fair to just, we're not given all the information, so it's hard to say.
And where are we right now?
We're at the Marriott in LA.
No, but
at the Ava.
Why? Yeah, there you go.
At the Ava Summit.
There you go.
I was like, what?
Earth?
At the Ava Summit. Earth, yeah. Yes, at the Ava Summit.
And what is that? Sure, let's pitch them while we're
Animal Vegan Advocacy.
Yeah, Summit. Yeah, cool.
Summit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you have a booth here.
Yes.
Did you get to come last year to the one on the East Coast?
I didn't go, no. I didn't go, yeah. I'm local, so this was easy.
Yeah, cool. Why is it important to come to something like this?
It's just nice to connect with people that are in the kind of the same, like-minded in this way. Yeah. You don't always connect with everybody who's vegan, obviously. It's like anything else, but it's nice to just kind of, and it's also, I didn't do the show I did it before COVID, so I wanted to do it again.
Nice.
Yeah.
And before COVID, was it Ava or was it the animal rights?
It was the animal rights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool. And I guess Nelly's, is that something people can order online?
Yeah, they can order online. They can find it in the store,
yeah,
in the grocery store, and refrigerated section of the store.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do I have to keep that refrigerated?
They last outside the fridge a couple days.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they have raw nuts in them, so they have to be refrigerated. But then in the fridge, they last 6 months.
Yeah. And what's your website?
Nelly's Organics.
Cool.
Nelly'sOrganics.com.
Do you ever wish you were raised vegan?
Probably, yes, I would say. But it's funny because I talk to a lot of people who are vegan. It's the thing, they always say, the best thing I ever did. Mm-hmm. They don't regret it.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
I do meet people sometimes who will say, oh, I used to be vegetarian. I was so unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like, where are you?
Yeah, but vegetarian, that's not really meant to be healthy. I don't even understand why people do vegetarian. Like, it's not an ethical thing. It's not a healthy thing. What in the heck is it?
Well, I think the misconception was that it was an ethical thing because they don't, you're not killing the cow technically with the milk and then the eggs, but then there's all the other stuff. Again, no information. I didn't know about the male chicks getting chopped up alive or in the bag. Yeah. Had I known that, I would have been able to say, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm going to still buy it. And then that's your choice. But people aren't making a choice when they don't have all the information.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, and especially when they've been conditioned from birth.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're vegan, you're weird, and that was, I mean, of course. Yeah.
Why didn't you go vegan sooner?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I happened to watch that Food Inc. documentary, and then I was like, oh.
So it's really just all about lack of information.
I think so. I think there are people out there who will get the information, will see it, and say, I don't care, obviously. Yeah. But I think the majority of people will probably not like it. And then we're just so disconnected from the entire process. You go to the store, you don't see. I mean, I get told all the time, oh, why does your vegan food look like my burger, right? Well, why does your burger not look like an animal? Why does it look like a patty? How come it doesn't have eyes? People find chicken feet in Kentucky, whatever, KFC, and they get upset. It's a chicken. So it's just, I think there's a disconnect.
What are the most effective ways you found to influence others?
I don't know if I'm a great influencer, because a lot of people around me are not.
I think you're amazing because you make these bars.
Well, this is of course. I mean, and we have a lot of non-vegan customers, that was the whole point. It's like you don't have to be vegan to like them. Sometimes, unfortunately, you put a product on the market, make sure it's really good, and if it's vegan, people are going to judge you even more.
You think you'll ever put any messages on that?
Like?
I don't know. Just any kind of like quotes or something on your bars? Just to kind of get the message out there a little more? No. I mean, I hadn't thought about it. I do have a story in the box. Have in the box, it does say, when I learned about factory farming and the negative. And then I have to, I always piece it together with the health of our planet, kind of a combination of the three. For me, it really did start with the animal stuff. And then my mom died of cancer. My dad had died of a heart attack when I was 6. So, I mean, it's like, so it was a kind of a no-brainer from the health, Vegan, it's not a diet, is it? It's a philosophy, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Then there's the plant-based, which I don't care what people get so hung up on, the plant-based and the vegan. I'm like, just whatever. You do what you want. Just if you're gonna not harm animals while doing it, and if it's for yourself and not for them, then okay, I don't care.
How do you define veganism?
How do I find it?
Define it.
Define it. I don't know. This is
you just are.
It's just I guess it is a way of thinking about things. I mean, I don't buy leather. I don't buy pillows with feathers, things in them. I get I just got a comforter from West Elm. They have the most amazing comforter, and it's fake down. So, just stuff like, I guess that's how you try to make choices that are gonna, and then you're gonna have the people who are gonna say, oh, but there's lots of harm in tofu, or there's lots of, vegetables, all the bugs that get killed. Yeah, I know, but, I gotta eat something, and I'm gonna try to make the least. And if you're growing vegetables for cows and you're killing twice or 3 times, what's the math? I don't know. How many more bugs are you killing? Because they eat a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when I did the math, it seemed like it was like about 10 times as many animals are intentionally killed for animal agriculture as are accidentally killed in crop deaths. Yeah. And at the same time, plant agriculture is feeding like 80% of global food intake. Do you have a quote you want to share? I have this in my kitchen, in our facility. It's be the change you want to see in the world. Or from Gandhi, It's got a picture of him, And do you think we'll ever see a vegan world? The cynical person in me says no. The optimistic person says yes. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe. What are your favorite foods to eat during the day, on the ideal day? I change it all the time. I like obviously fruits and vegetables. I do like Beyond Meat, which is funny because initially when I started eating it, I wasn't crazy about it because it were reminding me too much of meat. I like yogurt. There's a company called Colina. It's amazing. It's coconut yogurt. Sell it in Sprouts and whatever. I like Yoko's products. The butter and things like that. So I have some substitutions that are I like mushrooms.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, what do I eat during? It's like one of those, what do I eat in a day?
Yeah. What do you think about like lab-grown meat?
Lab-grown meat? That's great. Well, it's not great for the health of people because I now believe that meat is not really healthy. I think if you probably eat meat once every 3 months, it's probably okay. Your body can break it down. Yeah. Because we did. If you're going to talk health-wise, probably not great. But if you talk for the planet, the health of the planet, and then the animals being slaughtered, it's great.
Do you have any dogs?
I do.
Yeah.
3.
And are they eating plant-based?
They are,
Nice.
and I can tell you that because when I tell other people, they're like, oh my God, you're abusing them. I'm like, they don't care what they eat vomit. They pick up stuff. Yes, yeah, they don't care, they're fine. They eat V-dog food. Yeah,
Nice.
I have a 17-year-old dog who passed away and she was on it for 15 years.
Wow.
So, and she was big, so.
I mean, it's been an honor because I've seen this product before and I really do like it.
Thank you.